Fear not the path of truth, for the lack of people walking on it. The truth is the kindest thing we can give folks in the end. Hearts can't be broken because they're made of marzipan. Success usually comes to those who are too busy looking for it. To become a lifelong reader, one has to do a lot of varied and interesting reading. When inequality takes root, a garden of problems flourishes. Go slowly, so that you do not bite your tail by accident. Success involves going to where others believe is too far. When you procrastinate, you become a slave to yesterday. People who belittle people will belittle people and will accomplish very little. Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. The essence of knowledge is having it to use it. It is much easier to be brave if you do not know everything. Truth is a straight line you sometimes need to curve. You should know that by now. In every walk with nature, one receives far more than he seeks. Supreme excellence consists of breaking the enemy's resistance without fighting. What is of supreme importance in war is to attack the enemy's strategy. As is a tale, so is life. Not how long it is, but how good it is what matters. A paranoid is someone who knows a little of what's going on. You've got to be sure of yourself before you can ever win a prize. Settle one difficulty, and you keep 100 away. Do not swallow bait offered by the enemy. Do not interfere with an army that is returning home. Sometimes the questions are complicated and the answers are simple. I'm not afraid of storms, for I am learning how to sail my ship. Never let the fear of striking out keep you from playing the game. Wisdom comes not from age, but from education and learning. You never fail until you stop trying. It takes courage to grow up and become who you really are. The mind is a wonderful servant, but a terrible master. The most important thing about a technology is how it changes people. Most of what matters in our lives takes place in our absence. Hence the saying, the enlightened ruler lays his plans well ahead. The good general cultivates his resources. All paths are present, always, and we can but choose among them. Kindness in words creates confidence. Kindness in thinking creates profoundness. Kindness in giving creates love. That is all very senseless, but this senselessness has a pretty mouth, and it smiles. Life is a comedy to those who think, a tragedy to those who feel. If you do not change direction, you may end up where you are heading. It is more important to be of pure intention than of perfect action. Don't chase. Elevate your game and be someone worth chasing after. Where attention goes, energy flows. Where intention goes, energy flows. Success is defined in units of fun. It's all about being happy. Everything in life is speaking in spite of its apparent silence. It takes greater faith to dance in the dark than to rest in light. The most beautiful experience we can have is the mysterious. It is the fundamental emotion that stands at the cradle of true art and true science. No one cares how much you know until they know how much you care. Your story is remarkable, even if you don't know it yet. It is said we learn more from our failures than our successes. Men of this world all rejoice in others being like themselves and object to others not being like themselves. Cleverness isn't always true, nor is the truth always clever. That it will never come again is what makes life so sweet. It is only after the deepest darkness that the greatest joy can come. I'd rather be an optimist and a fool than a pessimist and right. I never fail. It's just that the people around me succeed more than I. It is truth that liberates, not your effort to be free. There's more beauty in truth, even if it is dreadful beauty. But truly, if I were not Alexander, I would be Diogenes. Don't be afraid of failure. This is the way to succeed. The distance between insanity and genius is measured only by success. An over-examination of life can deter you from life itself. Stand in the divine rain, and seeds of wisdom will grow in your soul. If you want more, you have to require more from yourself. But the truth doesn't need to be known or believed to be true. Life is more or less a lie, but then again, that's exactly the way we want it to be. Whatever you believe with feeling becomes your reality. People don't always want to be with people. It gets tiring. He who knows his enemy and himself well will not be defeated easily. Therefore, just as water retains no constant shape, so in warfare there are no constant conditions. In the end, the world always wins. That's just the way of things. If I have seen further than others, it is by standing upon the shoulders of giants. There is no wealth like knowledge, no poverty like ignorance. Efforts and courage are not enough without purpose and direction. Enchantment lies in everyday moments if you are observant. You often meet your fate on the road you take to avoid it. Forget what hurts you, but never forget what it taught you. Maybe other people will try to limit me, but I don't limit myself. Keep working hard, and you can get anything that you want. Sometimes, the best of God's gifts arrive by the shattering of all the window panes. Feel your emotions, live true your passions, keep still your mind. If freedom is short of weapons, we must compensate with willpower. You don't get what you wish for, you get what you work for. You cannot open a book without learning something. The only way you can know where the line is if you cross it. Weakness of attitude becomes weakness of character. If you have the guts to be yourself, other people will pay your price. All men can see these tactics whereby I conquer, but what none can see is the strategy out of which victory is evolved. Start each day with a positive thought and a grateful heart. It's often only in the lies we refuse to speak that any truth can be heard at all. I encounter one example after another of how relative truth is. Once you stop learning, you start dying. Those who do not think about the future cannot have one. Always be friendly, always be kind, like the most beautiful flower that you can find. Everyone's greatest fantasy is to walk away from the life you lead. The money you make is a symbol of the value you create. Write it on your heart that every day is the best day in the year. Respect is earned, honesty is appreciated, trust is gained, loyalty is returned. The surest way to make your dreams come true is to live them. The reason why the universe is eternal is that it does not live for itself. It gives life to others as it transforms. Remember, if you play small, you stay small. When we strive to become better than we are, everything around us becomes better too. Judging is the cause that creates the effect of choosing.